My name is Kendall Clark, Ken Clark for short. Um, Today I'll be doing a Q&A, a couple questions from my fans, and some questions that some people wanted answered. Here we go. How would I describe my sound and style of R&B? Well, I grew up listening to Chris Brown a lot, and I figure he had a lot to do with my sound now. I like the nice soft tones of R&B. I like to consider myself a hopeless romantic, and so I feel like a lot of my songs inquire around love and sex and just everything centered around relationships. And so overall, I feel like if I had to compare it to anybody, it would be Chris Brown, Tory Lanez type style music. But yeah, it's my bag. What inspired you to pursue music, particularly R&B? I think a lot of different things inspired me to really appreciate and like R&B. I started off in the church growing up as a young kid, being around choir and singing in the choir, and so that really brought me close to music in general. I feel like listening to artists like Chris Brown and Mario growing up, and all the ones that was around my time. I was born in 1996, so 2000s era was, a lot of the people in there, they really inspired me to, just really like the music, you know what I'm saying? And, you get to see in all the music videos and, I don't know, just the hype around music, and you just want to be involved. And like I said, church already had me close to music, so to me it wasn't, too far of a stop away. Who are some of your biggest musical influences? Some of my biggest musical influences, I could say definitely Chris Brown is a part of that list. Tory Lanez is a part of that list. Michael Jackson's a part of that list. T-Pain's a part of that list. For many different reasons. All of them revolutionary. All of them had a big step on the R&B industry. And I could name plenty more, but I would feel like those are the few that really helped spark my interest in the people that I listen to, just as much as I listen to myself. Can you tell us about your creative process when writing a song? My creative process when writing a song, I really feel like it boils down to the flow of the song and how the beats manufactured and how it's put together soulfully, gracefully. I do not often write a lot of my music. Most of the time, I freestyle, and then let's say I like a big bit of what I have freestyled, I'll write it down. But most of the time, I just freestyle. I freestyle everything, and I feel like with freestyling, it brings out a lot of that creativity as far as what I can come off with top of my head, and I don't know, just makes it easier for me versus having to put a pen and pad down. Not to say that I can't. I have plenty of times too on other future tracks with other people and even some of my own, but I really find it more comfortable to freestyle a lot of my songs. Definitely. Do you have any pre-show rituals? My pre-show rituals consist of watching the other performers perform and see, I don't know, I like to see people's confidence. I like to see where people are at. I see a lot of talent everywhere I go. But I like to observe a lot, and so by the time it comes around to me, definitely got to put a little bit of smoke inside of me, just to calm my nerves down. I do definitely get nervous right before a show. I feel like if you ever go like on a roller coaster and you have like that roller coaster feeling, I do get that like right before my show, and then like almost like I never have panic attacks or anything like that. But if I could describe it close to anything, it would be like a panic attack. But I'm not like like panicking. Like I'm just having like that heart feeling, and like once I get on stage and start doing it, it all just goes away. Like I might be a tad bit nervous, but like right when I start, because I'm a singer, I don't want to mess up any notes, etc., etc. So. There's always a little bit of worry and concern whenever going up on there. You don't want to look a certain way, especially starting off. But definitely I smoke and just mentally prep for being on stage and being in front of people. And hopefully one day it'll be more natural for me, and to the point where it's just like I feel home every time I hit the stage. How do you approach collaborations with other artists or producers? I look at them and I go through all of them the same. I want to take the time to appreciate each individual artist, whoever I'm, working with at the time, and wanting to see their skill set, and also be able to see like how great they put music together, and also add my twist and my taste, my taste on the matter as far as doing my verse and everything like that. So I don't, I love the process of working with others. As far as producers go, I feel like I work good with producers. I feel like I don't work with many because I myself, I'm a producer as well. So it's like I don't, I take constructive criticism as far as you teaching me something new. Maybe you hear something in my music that I don't hear, and that you can, I always keep my ear open, and things of that nature. Even with my singing, like if there's somebody that sings, relatively well, and I appreciate their tones and basically their talent for the craft and their love for the music, then I'll take basically their advice. Like that's kind of how I look at each individual producer and artist. Like if you want to give me advice on something, I might take it, but I'm only taking it at a glimpse of basically how I look up to you. You know what I'm saying? So, what has been the most rewarding part of your musical journey so far? The most rewarding part has been really learning how to do everything on my own, and it's as important as a team is, and as important as I will still, strive obviously to have a team in the future. Being able to learn the mixing, the mastering, the vocal engineering, the ins and outs. And I've been doing this since 2017, and obviously singing and everything like that before then. So I've always had that passion. And then around 2017, I realized that I just needed to go ahead and dive deep. I bought my first Mac, got my first little bit of equipment, and I started at it. And I wasn't obviously great at first. I was learning. Now I feel like I got to a point where the music sounds pretty good. Everything's leveled out, and I still see plenty of room for improvement. So that's always a thing. But at the end of the day, we're doing great. What's next for you in terms of projects or releases? I actually have an R&B album that I'm looking to drop pretty soon, but before that, actually coming out pretty soon, before the end of this month, October 2024, me and my cousin Zan, we have an album that we're dropping. Don't have a name for it yet. They're gonna be like 8 to 10 songs on the album. Not completely sure yet, but me and him been working, and we're gonna get those songs out to you soon. He's already been dropping a couple of them here and there, but yes, I have that with my cousin coming out, Zan, and we also have another R&B album coming out pretty soon. If you could perform anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't think I really thought about it. Obviously, I want to perform in some of the bigger cities, California, New York, any Atlanta, any of the big spots that are jumping. But I don't have any specific like club names or any specific places that other people may have performed at. No, I haven't really dived into it yet, so I don't really have a favorite place per se. I think it'll be exciting for me to, whenever that time comes, to travel outside of the U.S. and perform for some of those other countries that may enjoy my music. But until then, I'll just look forward for every opportunity that comes up. If you had to choose between never performing live again or never recording music again, which would you pick? I think that's an easy one. Obviously, I don't want to not be able to record new music, so I would have to be able to record new music. So the other one, I could, oh well, if I can't perform live, can't perform live. What's your favorite outfit or style to perform in? I feel like it just depends on the show and the mood. I've only ever done, I believe, 2 to 3 shows, and I've also always chosen to wear like either a jacket like this. I've had one just like this, but it had multi-colors on it, so red, blue, green, black. So I feel like I always have a jacket on, I always have a ring, I always have a necklace on, shades. Even at some point, if I take it off, I like to start the show at least with all that, just something comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Not too crazy. Maybe some loafers. I got some loafers on right now. But I like to be comfortable. I like to be able to, move around on stage, and I don't want to be, I understand appearance is a big thing, but I'm more so just like to look clean, neat, sharp, if you may. Always with a jacket, just something smooth. If you had 24 hours to create a hit song with only one instrument, what would it be and why? That's tough. Now, I always would want to default and say piano because, it's just so much you can do with piano, especially with a singer. I'm a singer, so you put some piano chords behind whatever I'm doing, a little kick, a little, snare or clap, something of the nature. It doesn't take much to make a hit. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, at the end of the day, everything will still have to be promoted. You know what I'm saying, and put in front of people to have it more seen. You know what I'm saying? But I want to make sure that when they do see it, that they have good quality stuff. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, piano would probably be my default. But if I had put a competitor up against that, I would say guitar. Because, oh my gosh, guitar. If you had to perform a full concert in a completely different genre, which genre would you pick and why? A concert is tough because if we're talking about defaults again, surprisingly enough, I would say country music because for y'all that don't know, I was born in Georgia, so I'm a country boy. I was born in the sticks. So, I listen to a lot of country music as well growing up, so I do have a lot of that in my heart. I always said if I did another alias, it would be country music. So I'm gonna say country music, but because I haven't stepped into that realm yet to do a full concert. That's crazy. What's one of your newest songs, and tell us a little bit about it? I just recently dropped a song called "Dance with Me." One of my favorite right now. And I only have a handful of favorites out of my music, and I know that's crazy to say. But there's ones that you love, there's ones that you like, there's ones that you might not like. And I don't have too many that I don't like. Maybe like one or two that I've created over the course of the whole time that I've been doing everything. But realistically, "Dance with Me," it hits home because it's like, for me, like I said earlier, I always envision myself as like a hopeless romantic, and so like just the vocals and the words behind "Dance with Me" and the intimacy behind "Dance with Me" is something that really hits home with me. And so it's one of those records that I definitely just been keeping on repeat as far as like my daily listens or whatever the case may be. Since I dropped it, or even since I made it, it's just one of those. And I feel like people, once they hear it, I've already gotten a couple comments on it that people really like it, and I hope that continues. But yeah, man, "Dance with Me," it's definitely something that I wish you guys go check out. It's on Spotify, all platforms right now. Guys, go check it out. This has been a Q&A with Ken Clark. I really appreciate y'all for tuning in today. Thank y'all so much. We'll do some more in the future. Y'all be blessed. Stay highly favored. Peace.